All right, welcome on over to today's video, everyone. Samir Chibane here. I know it's been a while since I have dropped a tutorial video like this, and the reason why is because we've been so focused on creating the best product possible in terms of our businesses and stuff like that. So we haven't been worried about too much about like free content, free this, free that. We've just been all in on creating the best product possible. But yesterday, if you've been following me on Instagram, for the past couple of weeks, we've been documenting a lot of our journey in terms of, just kind of us hanging out, learning, failing, trying new things, as well as helping out other people in terms of like the workshops that we've been hosting, which we actually have one coming up in LA this weekend, as well as San Diego the weekend after that. So you can check out more information on the workshops, on the 2-day intensive workshops, by clicking the link below. But the reason why I'm recording this video here is because on my Instagram yesterday, I gave a tip of the day, okay? And I said, one thing that we've realized has created a night and day of a difference for us in our e-commerce businesses is the fact that we have been focusing on creating omnipresence for our products and our brands, okay? This is not another drop shipping tutorial, by far from it. We're actually over that phase, okay? We are now in the micro branding type of model. That's the main business model that we're following. And without getting too into it, you can also just check out the free case study that we put together on micro brands and how our micro brands are crushing traditional drop shipping and Shopify stores. And the best part is that I actually show you one of our brands, show you the exact numbers, the exact products and stuff like that. And even the exact ads that we're creating that we created to create omnipresence for that brand, all right? So when I said yesterday, when I said the word omnipresence, I got tons and tons of messages from people asking, Samir, what the fuck is omnipresence and how do you create it, okay? So I think it's only fair that I record a video like this. But long story short, if you've been watching, let's say you're just getting started with e-commerce or trying to build a business online, you're probably watching all these different webinars and YouTube tutorials and whatnot that are trying to get you to focus on one marketing channel, right? So you'll watch one webinar that would say, you need to be focusing on Facebook because it's the smartest, blah, 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 right? And I'm not saying, they're wrong or correct. I'm just saying that they tend to push you towards one platform, right? Then you'll watch another marketing video and you'll follow another guru and they'll say, Google, right? They'll be like, Google Shopping. You watch another YouTube tutorial and they'll say, YouTube ads. That's what you need to be doing, right? Maybe you'll watch even another one and they'll say, what you need to do is Pinterest, okay? And the truth is that it can get really difficult, especially if you're just starting off. You can get real overwhelmed when you're watching all these people that have or seem like they have the results and the success that you're looking for, and they make a really good point on which platform you should be focusing on, right? So after watching 4 or 5 different trainings or programs or whatever it is, you're like, dude, where should I start off, right? And the first thing I want to say is that I've been there. Okay, I've been in your place, I've been in your shoes where I also had to make the choice between, multiple great platforms or apps, and, I didn't know which one to choose because they all sounded so good. And what I want to go ahead and do is introduce you to a concept. It's like a psychological bias pretty much. It is called it's called a false dichotomy, okay? And I'm not a psychologist, so you probably have to Google it to get the exact meaning of this, but a false dichotomy is essentially trying to choose between options when you don't have to, okay? So it's like, why choose between each of these platforms when you don't have to and you can actually leverage all of them, okay? But the only reason why you wouldn't do that is for a couple different reasons, right? Either you don't know about the platforms, right? Or you don't know how to generate results with each of these platforms. Or 3, you don't know how to, even advertise at all, right? So obviously if you have any of these issues right here, any of these problems, then you're not gonna be able to really, choose in between any of them. And even if you did choose one, well, you're not gonna know what to do with that platform and how to advertise on that platform and get results for your e-commerce business with that platform, okay? So the reason why, right, even the reason why, to take a step back, the reason why these gurus and these different trainings are pushing you towards the one route or the one platform is probably because that's the only platform or advertising kind of, the advertising platform that they've been able to get results from. So they can't tell you about how Google is if they've never gotten results from Google. They can't tell you about Pinterest if they've never gotten results from Pinterest. Unless you finally watch a video like this, all right, where we're gonna tell you something completely different, okay? So this is why, you know, I'm starting to be really conscious of the videos that I make, is because I'm here to let you guys know the truth, all right? The way that you're gonna get the best results possible. And I'm here to tell you that you don't have to choose, and neither should you choose between each of these platforms. And as a matter of fact, you should be leveraging them all together to create what I like to call omnipresence, okay? And omnipresence is the idea that you are present in someone's world everywhere, okay? When somebody says, dude, I've been seeing this brand or this commercial, this product everywhere, it means that they've been seeing them often where they pay the most attention, okay? So, for example, what's your favorite, sneaker brand, right? And you might say Nike. And then I'll go ahead and ask you why. And you'll say, well, because I've been seeing their billboards, I've been seeing their commercials on TV, and every single one of my favorite athletes only rocks Nike. Okay, so it's not necessarily that Nike is everywhere, it's just everywhere where you pay attention, okay? So the first thing you need to do to be able to create omnipresence is understand who your audience is to begin with. Because if you can understand where your audience hangs out, which platform they use most, or what age group they are at, or what age group they are, then you'll be able to really understand. It's the first step that you need to be able to create that omnipresence in their world, okay? And omnipresence is essentially another way of saying God-like presence, all right? Being everywhere, it's like omnipresence, all right? And so the advantages of omnipresence is that you are now at the top. When you create omnipresence like Nike does, or Levi's, or Apple, you become the top of mind choice when it comes to choosing that product, okay? And another point is that you are building trust, okay? You're building trust and likability, okay? Actually, let me see if I can just remove Pinterest here. So like we said, right, instead of having to choose in between Facebook, Google, and YouTube to create omnipresence, you can just start using all of them, all right? And I'll tell you a little bit in a bit how you can use them effectively in terms of the buyer's journey and stuff like that. But honestly, I dive real deep into it and show you exact examples in the case study below. It's absolutely free, won't be up for long, so I recommend you check it out after this video. But when you don't have to choose in between these, right? Because at first, if you do decide to only stick to Facebook, well, your customer is only going to be able to see and interact and engage with you on Facebook. So when they go on Google and see another brand, that means that now you're competing against that other brand. If they go on YouTube, they see other brands, well, now it's a whole different, other brand that you have to compete with to be at the top of mind choice in that product category for your ideal customer. And so what happens is with omnipresence, and what we do with our micro brands, is essentially when somebody engages with our Facebook ads, well, we also trigger the Google ads tracking, or the Google Analytics pixel. And then we can go ahead and start targeting them on Google, right? So if somebody sees our ad on Facebook or on Instagram, right, it's the same company because Facebook owns Instagram. Let me just add that in here. So if a customer engages with one of our Facebook or Instagram ads, and then they go on Google to try to search us up, well, if we don't pop up on Google, if you are not showing up on Google or on Bing, when your customer is searching for your brand to see how reliable, how worthy, how trustworthy it is, and you don't show up, well, that you automatically lose trust and you lose credibility. But if they go from Facebook and Instagram, they search you up on Google and you pop up the first product on Google Shopping, on Google Search, you know, your brand is popping up first at a time, then automatically your trust goes up and so does your credibility. Okay? And what happens, okay? Well, once they go on Google and see us on there, they might go on YouTube and try to see a product review, all right? And once they go on YouTube, guess what? We've gotten their audience as well, right? Or we'll have a YouTube video on there, and if they watch it, then we can continuously retarget them with, you know, the TrueView ads or the 15-second ads or even Google Shopping ads on YouTube, which are real neat. They've been bringing us some great results as well. But the reality, okay, the whole reason, you know, the whole point that I made in the beginning of the video is that ultimately a lot of people try to get you to choose one platform over the other. I'm here to tell you that if you want the most amount, if you want to build trust and credibility, and also this is another thing we noticed is that the more omnipresence we created for our consumers, for our target market, the less price sensitive they are, okay? So less price sensitivity. Okay, less price sensitive. And the reason why is because they trust us a lot. They see that we are credible. And we're omnipresent, right? So they'll rather invest into a product that, or a brand or a company that they trust and they see is credible and it's everyone, it's omnipresent, than one that nobody's ever heard of or they barely ever heard of, okay? So with that being said, hopefully you got value out of this. Again, if you want to see the technicals of how we're doing this or an example of one of our micro brands and how we're crushing and dominating, you know, traditional drop shipping and Amazon FBA listings, and by actually creating the omnipresence and all the ads and stuff like that, I mean, it's just insane, all right? Just go ahead, click that link below. It's absolutely free. It won't be up for long, but highly recommend you check it out while it's still up. And one last thing, okay? Bless you.
Appreciate it.
You just ruined my video, dude. I gotta record it all over.
I tried to hold it.
So with that being said, guys, I also wanna highly recommend you join our e-commerce incubator mastermind. Okay, it's 37 bucks a month, literally for less than a cup of coffee a day. You can get access to over 500 plus other e-compreneurs that you can network with, that you can mastermind with, that you can build with, and on top of that, get access to tons and tons of content that is a lot more higher quality than, you know, just a whiteboard and you know, me standing in front of it stuttering and whatnot. And also tons of resources as well that we don't really share on, you know, our YouTube because we just never have the chance to. So with that being said, I will see you in the next video. Be sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you'd like, and leave a comment as well if this gave you value or if I need to clarify even more. All right? Peace.